I had a conversation recently with my younger sisters about my hair. I had recently dyed my hair blonde. In reality, it was chunky highlights with the focus being on the blonde rather than my natural brown. I visited my family, and they only had one thing to say about it. No offense, but I don't like how you look with blonde hair. You look better with dark hair. It washes you out. It doesn't suit you. Blah, blah, blah. Every time one of my family members would say this, I would simply reply, "Well, I wanted to try blonde for the first time, so I did." I would then simply get a perplexed look, like they had never entertained the notion that someone might change a part of their appearance just out of their own curiosity, simply because they could, without caring if it made them less attractive to other people. As I heard those comments, I often wondered, why do they think that I care about their opinion on my appearance? What is the motivation behind saying these things? They seem to genuinely believe their opinions carry such weight in my life, and if they realize that their words only serve to put down my own confidence, their intention can be nothing but a need to project their own insecurities. Their fixation seemed to be entirely on the final, external result. Did it meet a recognized standard of beauty? Rather than on the personal process or the fun of the experiment. That perplexed look was the first clue. It wasn't about my hair. It was about their need to assert an opinion where none was requested. And that's when I realized my family wasn't alone in this. This wasn't just a family quirk. It was the uprising of the unsolicited opinion. I've noticed a rise in the unsolicited opinion in recent years. I think we can all agree that after COVID, there's been a rise in antisocial behaviors. People seem to have vastly different attitudes than in times past. When someone didn't like something that you did with your appearance, they would simply think it, not say it, which I appreciated. That social filter, based on simple politeness, seems to be quickly eroding. Many nowadays would call that restrained behavior fake. A popular take on this is, if you were a real friend, you would let them know if they looked bad. But I don't think that's true. This logic places the friend's fleeting discomfort, looking bad, above their own right to autonomy and expression. I think true compassion and understanding is allowing your friends, loved ones, and even strangers to try things without the fear of being socially punished and ridiculed for trying something without the support of larger public opinion. We mistake bluntness for honesty, but often it's simply ego disguised as concern. That opportunity to find oneself in the trying of things is crucial. Get a pixie cut, realize it's not representative of who you feel you are, then move on. It's okay to laugh at previous versions of ourselves. And actually, if we're able to even have these experiences in the first place, we are on the road to better understanding who we are. When we feel we aren't allowed to experiment with our self-expression due to societal pressure to always look and be perfect, we aren't becoming ourselves. We're becoming an amalgamation of everyone outside ourselves and their opinions, which usually stem from their own lack of self-esteem or courage to try something that might not be the most flattering for your face shape, complexion, body shape, etc. They project their own fear of societal judgment onto you. This shallow way of thinking doesn't have to rule your choices. I've been shaving off my eyebrows for a while now. It started off with bleaching them because I never really felt that my eyebrows felt like me. They never really were something that I cared about, so the decision to change them wasn't that hard. I figured it would be a cool look and something that could be my signature. As I like to often change my appearance, my eyebrows being shaved or bleached could be my anchor point, something that reminds everyone it's me. I got many compliments on the bleach because at that time it was socially acceptable, actually socially desired by many my age. But I noticed a stark difference when simply shaving them off. The so-called extremity of my choice caused shock in those close to me, leaving them wondering why anyone would do that to themselves, especially in a society that puts so much importance on eyebrows of all things. I never understood it. My entire life, people have been obsessed with what eyebrow shape was acceptable at this very moment in history, and mocking anyone who veered past this small list of socially acceptable eyebrows, which sounds stupid now that I'm saying it out loud. Why do we grant so much cultural weight to something that is essentially just hair on one's face? I've noticed that on the internet, TikTok in specific, people are more willing to encourage others to get non-reversible, highly invasive surgeries like a nose job than to encourage them to try a fun hair color or cut their hair short. The platform elevates permanent, costly alterations that conform to a narrow standard of beauty while shaming temporary, playful self-expression. It is probably one of the most shallow places you can spend your time, especially if you're a young person, and especially young women, who are very impressionable when it comes to these topics, which I've been a victim of countless times. The pressure to reach a digitally filtered, unattainable perfection is the enemy of genuine self-discovery. The core of this issue isn't really about hair or eyebrows. It's about ownership of self. We are conditioned to seek external validation for our choices, but true freedom begins in the moment we decide that the fear of a perplexed look or an unsolicited opinion is less important than the urge to try. If we prioritize the temporary discomfort of others over the permanent journey of finding out who we are, we lose the most valuable part of our identity and our ability to make choices. My hope is that we find the courage to experiment, to try the blonde, shave the brows, or make any change, big or small, not because it's flattering, but simply because we can. In the end, self-expression is not a negotiation to be had with others. It's a declaration of assuredness with yourself.